Hello ladies, oh my goodness. Hello ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, this is Megneous and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Dinosaurs. I wish this series would stay when I look up at her, but anyway, hello, welcome back. Our velociraptors are very happy and very boisterous, I don't know. They talk too much. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Achilles, you talk too much. So, hello. It is time to name this. Where's our sign? There's our sign. It is time to name our velociraptor, our little baby one. Still not yet an adult, but that's okay. I accept small velociraptors as well. They are my friends. The name of this velociraptor is going to be Loki. So congratulations to everyone who wanted this velociraptor to be named Loki. The first person to offer it on the last video was the Rizino. I believe that's how you pronounce your name. I'm not really sure. There's Ryan. He also has a last name, but I don't really want to give out last names if I can help it on the channel. YouTube, again, Google, I am very disappointed in you. I believe in personal privacy. Grrr. Moving on, and Crimson Death Blade, but I'm pretty sure the entire name isn't going to fit, so let's just put Crimson Death B. Thank you very much, all three of you, and everyone else who suggested Loki. I believe that Loki is an amazing name, and it stood out to me, and I agree with it. So, there we go. Little Loki. Oh, that's adorable. I love it. Little Loki. Alright, very good. So, I guess I could also work on this in another episode while I talk about stuff, but I have prepared stone brick slabs, and we are going to work on something that I sort of like prepared a little bit. We're not going to work on this wall yet because this is sort of where actually, yeah, I want to test this out. Before we do anything else, I want to make sure that I have fixed our railway. We are going to go around the entire railway, which if you are a somewhat new subscriber, then maybe you've never done before, but we're going to definitely go through this. Let's go ahead and speed up. Hello, Odysseus. You know, I remember like 50 episodes ago, well, it wasn't 50, it must have been like 40-something when I said, I promised Odysseus will make you hello, giant. Graphical glitch will make you a larger pool, but you know what? We're busy, Odysseus. We're never going to get around to making you a bigger pool, probably. We're probably going to update and you're going to disappear. Goodbye. Ta-da! Alright, so let's see if this actually goes all the way around. The last time we tried this, it didn't work out so well. Hello, Stegosauruses. Bartholomew. Charles is chilling. This is making me sort of seasick again. I'm not good at this. I get sick in all the games I play. I get sick in Minecraft Dinosaurs when we ride on this thing. I get sick in Don't Starve when we lose our sanity and the screen starts wiggling. I feel sick when we're trying to dock in Kerbal Space Program. Although admittedly that makes everyone sick when everything's like spinning and stuff, so... Poseidon... Everything appears to be working fine so far. Indeed. I think everything is okay. Are we going to make it up this hill? Yes, the answer is yes we are. Very nice. So, I'm pretty sure then that means the entire thing works just fine. Whoa. I just want to make sure now that I've fixed it. For those of you who aren't aware, it wasn't fixed before because a creeper broke it, and so we had to fix it. This is probably really loud, actually. I wonder if you can even hear me speaking. Alright, very good. Whoa. That was very fast, actually, to end. So let's go ahead and run back over... I guess... I could have kept riding it, but it's really loud. I don't enjoy it. So let's just go ahead and walk back over here. We're going to talk about news and stuff while we work on our saber cat enclosure for Bastet and Balthazar. And, actually, how am I going to get up here? Do I have any sand? Let's use wood instead. Alright. Very good. So, I'm gonna make these walls taller. because these walls indeed need to be much taller if we're going to actually use them. Guess we don't actually need to be up there. Alright, let's see. Here. Here. Yeah, actually, let's do it that way. Let's just go on these right here. So there's all sorts of interesting news that's happened somewhat recently. All sorts of interesting news. In terms of, well, first of all, the very first thing that I want to say is, everyone, I very much apologize. Apparently in the last episode of Minecraft Dinosaurs, I said the unthinkable. I said that Archaeopteryx was found in China. That is not true. That is not true at all. I was thinking of another species of quote-unquote early bird. What was it? I forget the scientific name now, but it's like Shinga something like that. Shinga. I can't remember. But yes, it's another species of very, very early bird dinosaur, a thing that actually competes with the Archaeopteryx, possibly for the name of the first bird, closely related raptor-like species. Yeah, so I was thinking of that being found in China, and in fact, Archaeopteryx was not found in China. All the species of Archaeopteryx and all the specimens have been found in Germany. So please do not go into your paleontology class, remember my video, and then fail your final because, you know, like me, you were foolish and thought that Archaeopteryx was found in China. So, this is not true. It was found in Germany. Moving on. In space news, those of you who follow space news, you probably know what I'm going to talk about. Freaking explosion of a rocket in Kazakhstan. Yeah, so Russia, some of you may know, Russia doesn't actually launch rockets from Russia. They don't have a place where they can launch rockets. Back in the old days, during the USSR was before basically Russia and all of the Slavic countries like broke up into a lot of little pieces. The USSR had their Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. And as a result, Russia has been using that as the place to launch their rockets since then. Which is, like, good because, you know, Russia doesn't want rockets blowing up in Russia anyway. But unfortunately, they have to pay Kazakhstan a lot of money to use their Cosmodrome. So yeah, it's sort of a good and a bad deal for Russia since, you know, they have to launch their rockets from there. But anyway, the news is that their Proton rocket, the one that they launched most recently, took off in about 4 seconds into the launch. You're like, whoa, there's something definitely wrong with this rocket. It's like tilting and swinging around and spinning. And yeah, needless to say, it started flying horizontally. The payload sheared off due to aerodynamic forces going horizontally across the rocket, which rockets are not made to survive. Rockets are made to survive vertical pressure, vertical air pressure, as they go up through the atmosphere. They're not really made to move sideways through the atmosphere, and as such, the payload sheared off and it exploded when it hit the ground, and it was absolutely insane. You can find YouTube videos of it, I'm sure. It's pretty awesome. But it's okay because it wasn't a manned flight, so don't think that people, like, died in the payload or anything like that. There were only 3 satellites that were basically supposed to be for the Russian equivalent of, like, GPS, I suppose, something like that. But this is not to say that no one was harmed. We're not currently sure. I haven't read anything if we have confirmed lack of harm to engineers on the ground. What is wrong with my game? But yeah, so possibly people were harmed on the ground. I hope not. We think not, but we're gonna wait for confirmation on that before we celebrate. Because we're not terrible people. But yeah, so that's sort of crazy. It's not very often, actually, that rockets explode. People like to think that space is dangerous, but people like to think that, like, because Columbia and Challenger? Yeah, just like exploded that, you know, rockets explode all the time. And actually, this isn't true. Rockets usually don't explode. I don't think Russia's had a rocket explode since like 1982 or something like that. So they've had like 30 years of no explosions, I think? Possibly? It's been quite a while since the Russians have had any sort of problems with their rockets. So like this is sort of a big deal. Something like big went without notice during the manufacturing process. So something to think about in terms of Russian rockets. If you've been thinking of possibly investing in a private rocket company in Russia, I don't know who makes the Proton rockets. It's probably the Russian government, though, not a private company. But anyway, so that happened. Other interesting things that are going on in terms of space is the fact that Pluto... Now, I know that some of you probably were like too young to even remember this, since a lot of you were younger viewers, but when I was a child and I went through school, we learned that Pluto was a planet, and actually it's not, because when we learned that Pluto was a quote-unquote planet, we didn't know about all the other Plutinos and Plutoids and all of the other things out in the Kuiper Belt objects. But now we know about them, so we realize that Pluto is not special at all. In fact, there are things out there that are larger than Pluto. And so if we make Pluto a planet, we may as well make all of them planets as well. Pluto has not cleared its orbital region, so it's not a planet. It's a dwarf planet, and that's perfectly okay, because Pluto is totally awesome as a dwarf planet. It is so awesome, in fact, that it has like 5 moons? 5 or something like that, I can't remember exactly, but it has more than 4 moons, I believe. 2 of which were only recently discovered, because they were quite small compared to the others, I believe. And they've now been named, which is pretty cool. One of them is named Styx. They actually took some votes and tried to decide what to name them, because they weren't really sure. It has to have something to do with Pluto's mythological history, so there were names like Persephone is it, I think? And some other names as well. But yes, so some stuff like that happened, and Styx was one of the names, and I believe Kerberon? Something like that. Something very similar to Kerbal, in my humble opinion, ended up being the names that were chosen, and as such, we now have 2 new names for the moons of Pluto. Fun, fun, fun times. I'm always excited about naming new moons. Personally, I think, if you check it out, actually, the outer solar system, the gas giants and things like that, wow, I need to make so many more of these slabs. It's gonna take forever. Jeez. And this is why this project has not been completed yet, ladies and gentlemen. It is very difficult to complete this. Let's go to sleep. Let's go to sleep, chicken. Ah. Yes, so if you check out the outer solar system, actually, like gas giants and things like that, the gas giants, they're interesting in their own right, but really they're not that cool, because like they don't really have solid surfaces that we can like go visit. But the moons of the outer solar system are all amazing. They're all like unique. They all have entirely different things going on them. And like Jupiter has like 67 of them. Of course, only like 7 or 8 of those are actually made through accretion, like the way that the planets were formed and then the moons formed around them, whereas I think, like 60 of them are captured asteroids with highly eccentric orbits, with lots of inclination. But anyway, that's a story for another day. The point is that Pluto has 2 new moons. They have cool names, and you should totally go read about them and complain about the names. If you wanted a different name, like one of the running mates was Vulcan. Hello, Creeper. Why are you... Oh man, I should have put torches up there. I'm a fool. I wonder if I can get its attention and get it away from my, Oh, no, it's going inside. It's going inside. Alright, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm not going anywhere near it. How about that? If we just leave it alone, it'll be okay, right? That's what I think. Nikolai and Vladimir. I'm sorry, Nikolai and Vladimir, but your Proton rocket has been lost. Okay, so on the topic of updating to the new version, the fan revival of... What is this mod called? Fossil and Archeology mod. I want to know your guys's. I want to know your opinions. I personally think that it's about time for us to update, because I want to see more dinosaurs. I'm a little bit worried about losing our dinosaurs here, but you know, Poseidon's sort of a jerk anyway, but along with them, eventually they have to go, right? Eventually, they can't stay forever. We need to go to new heights, new unimaginable things. We need to see more dinosaurs. I want to see a Spinosaurus, so that's my opinion. Please let me know your opinion below. If you have any ideas, if we do decide to upgrade, and I think we're going to start off on a whole new world if we do that. So please let me know, and if we upgrade, I will do something special for the last episode in this particular world, but then we will continue our episodes in the upgrade, assuming that that's what you guys want. So please let me know below in the comments a very simple update or no update, and I will tally that and check it out. So if you don't usually comment now would be the time for you to comment. Also, since we've already collected all of the dinosaurs and we have a few eggs, I'm really starting to run out of ideas on things to build and do other than finishing the projects that are gonna take a while anyway. So this could turn into more of like a podcast sort of thing. And I'm not sure if you guys are okay with that. I want to check with you, I want to see what you want to do. And as usual, if you don't watch my other series, of course, Kerbal Space Program, Don't Starve, these series are here for you should you want to watch them, because they're awesome as well. So, I don't really think that there's anything else for us to talk about, and I've run out of stone slabs. So I hope you enjoyed the news. I hope you enjoyed the naming of our little velociraptor down there. I'm sorry that there was no dinosaur news to share with you, and I will be sure to look up some in the future. So thank you very much for watching this episode. My name is Megneous, and I will see you next time.